KWTX-FM, Waco.
President Carter met this morning with members of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee discussing the situation in the Mideast as Carter and Israeli Prime Minister Begin wound up 2 days of talks. Senator Jacob Javits said he was disappointed.
I think the prospects are momentarily discouraging. Israel feels that its security is in danger and difficulty. President Sadat feels that he's been as forthcoming as he can be. Our president feels that he's played the mediating role fully and completely in the utmost good faith. I think there's a lot to be said for all those three positions.
Nations who grow and buy much of the world's wheat crop could not reach agreement on ways to stabilize world wheat prices. The idea originally was to end wild fluctuations in price. Rough seas are dissipating much of the oil spilled in the breakup of that supertanker off France. There are hopes the damage won't be as bad as feared. This is news from Mutual Radio. I'm Kurt Henshin.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find our name is known. You can trust Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco shocks for quality.
Beat the bumpies with Delco shock absorbers. They're bigger than ordinary 1-inch shocks. Delcos have a big 32mm piston for more shock capacity to help you step over bumps.
You can trust Delco. Thanks, Delco. Delco shocks for quality.
Want even more shock muscle? Try on a set of extra heavy-duty Delco shocks. They've got a big 35mm piston for firm control to help fight sway and lean. And for really big loads or towing, get an extra lift with Delco spring lifts or Delco air shocks. They'll take on up to 1,700 pounds of extra load. Insist on Delco shocks wherever you go for parts or service. You'll be thankful you did.
When the road is curved and rough, you need the shock that's tough. You can trust Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco shocks for quality. Delco shocks.
A reconnaissance party of officers from the French army is joining about 100 Iranians in the Israeli-occupied territory of Lebanon. It's part of the slow buildup of United Nations forces there. Peter Kaiser reports the Palestinians may not be all that happy to see an end to the fighting.
With the United Nations forces slowly moving into the south and the Israelis hoping to move out, it is hard to see how Palestinian commanders can carry on much longer in the area. Some have said privately they want the Israelis to stay because it offers them an unhoped-for chance to mount hit-and-run raids against what they call the Zionist enemy.
Elsewhere in the Mideast situation, President Carter continues his efforts to lobby Congress on the sale of jets to Mideast nations. White House correspondent Bob Moore has a report.
President Carter, determined to go ahead with his package jet fighter sale to Saudi Arabia and Egypt in addition to Israel, continues his personal persuasion of key members of Congress. This meeting is with members of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. He met with the counterpart panel from the House last evening. The president plans to formally notify Congress of the intended sale after the Easter recess. Bob Moore, the White House.
5 suspects, 2 of them police officers, have been arrested in that $1 million armored truck robbery in Quebec earlier this week. All the loot has been recovered. A government survey shows doctors' fees are increasing half again as rapidly as other prices in the economy. And the survey found that 2 years ago, the median income for physicians was $63,000 a year. You're listening to Mutual News. Tough new lobbying laws are under legal attack in Connecticut as opponents contend they go too far. Keith Johnson has a report from Hartford.
The result is that 41 companies, associations, and lobbyists have filed a complaint in a Connecticut court that they hope will get the laws declared unconstitutional. The Connecticut General Assembly adopted the stricter laws in 1977, but lobbyists claim that the laws infringe on their freedom of speech and association and their rights to petition their elected representatives. Keith Johnson, Hartford.
Hundreds of parents are keeping their youngsters out of Schoolcraft Elementary School in a suburb of Pontiac, Michigan. More than half the students and faculty have been hit with mysterious illness, including headaches, fatigue, and shortness of breath that some think may be caused by a faulty ventilation system in the school. Experts haven't pinpointed the cause, but it could be related to efforts by the school to conserve energy during the winter. With the vote on the latest proposed coal contract tomorrow, Ohio miners charge the UMW is withholding relief funds from the miners to intensify pressure for settlement. Anyone who's ever had a car that can best be described as a lemon might applaud the words of Federal Trade Commission Chairman Michael Perchuk. He told a congressional hearing that people ought to have the right to sue an automaker and make it buy the car back if it needs frequent repairs. Perchuk says consumer pressure of that kind might have good effects on the auto industry. Kurt Henshin, Mutual News, Washington. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
The time is 5 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock. Light rain in and around Waco and 69 degrees. The forecast for Waco and vicinity, cloudy and cooler with a chance of thunderstorms, possibly a few severe today and tonight. Partly cloudy and cooler Friday, high today of 78, low tonight 50, Friday's high 70. Wind southerly 15 to 25 miles per hour, becoming northerly 10 to 20 miles per hour tonight. And that probability of rain both today and tonight is 50%. Wind warnings are in effect on the local area lakes. TX Super Weather Radar at this time indicates a few heavy thunderstorms and scattered light showers in an area bounded by Wichita Falls, Seymour, Burnett, Temple, and Dallas. There were light showers indicated in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Movement of the showers was to the east at 30 miles an hour. Light rain in and around Waco and 69 degrees. It's now 6 minutes past the hour of 10.